game. That's cheating. Sorry. But okay. Yeah, I guess if there's no rules against it, you got no morals. No sense of fair play. Let me see. I gotta look at my notes. Doing good because of all the spell work. I know if I forgave them. Oh yeah, just these are notes for me. I know if I forgive them all, it would really piss off the devil. But they wouldn't be real. You know, these people aren't sorry. They've been doing it. And then don't forget, there's tests of faith. Could these people actually pass it if they really got tested? You know, I was tested in the last few months, and I've been tested over the years. You know, I had kids come stay at my house. I They were little scum of the earth, let's say that way. They keep proving it over again. Sorry. Um, you know, they didn't have great starts, but they didn't try and help themselves. They just kept, taking the easy way and just being evil. Uh, Luckily, they found their way out of our lives. Thank God. Um, but I think it was tests to see what my son was made of and how good a job I did at raising my son. So I think God was happy. I told him I'd do the best I could when I when we made a deal I was going to have him. That's between us. None of you guys' business. Um, oh, they've been stealing my work for months on Facebook. They've been creating fake Instagram accounts, fake Facebook accounts, fake. In fact, when I created my own Facebook account just to get this on record on Facebook under my real name because the police wouldn't listen, and the FBI kind of hung up on me, and I didn't really know since my phone was hacked if I really got the FBI. You know, I called, and it took me an hour to get through at night. And okay, I understand stuff's going on, and yeah, there's the skeleton crew, but it's the FBI. And they say 24/7. So and my phone is hacked, and the lady lives right next door that's got Bluetooth, and I know my Wi-Fi got totally better the other day when I was at their house. I can barely upload and have to keep resetting my router because they came into my home during your home invasion, and I know they went in every room, and they keep coming in. So what I did change, they've gotten around again. I went and bought a new door lock. Guess who's coming back in? I don't know. My son got new door locks at his apartment complex. They only gave him one key. What the hell is that? When he moved in, they gave him two keys. It was a locksmith. If he really needed the office to have one, why the hell didn't he make the office their own copy so that my son could have a backup and a thing, right? Unless they're giving one to the maintenance man. Yeah. Well, that's a confirmation from God anyway, so I don't need, I, I know. And they were just in there yesterday. See, when my son moved in this apartment complex, it was last year, and he couldn't go anywhere. They called ahead to everybody I called and said, "No, don't take this guy. Don't take this guy." Don't. And I didn't know it at the time. I wasn't aware. And it was spring, and finally my son got to go to a 2-bedroom place, and luckily he's had an agency helping him, and so he got to go to this place. But you know how they clean the place when somebody moves in? Well, there was a young girl in there with children. And when I went there to see my son about a few days after he had moved in, and he was weird. He was foggy and confused and just not himself. He's very smart, very smart. Taught himself how to read by the time he was 4 years old. Canandaigua School won't tell you that, but yep, he's smart, and they totally screwed his education. Anyway, that's another story for another day or another chapter. Uh, but oh, my son, his apartment. Oh, there had been a girl with kids living in there, and there was no way they could have lived in there with it like that. Okay, number one, the stove. There's 4 burners. Not one of them burners works right. Well, yes, one works right. The other 3 are barely connected. You can look at it like, they set it up, And then the thing is when we went in and when I went to his house to help him see how he had settled in that, you couldn't put your face over the sink. And yeah, every damn place has got these garbage grinders. They don't ever leave instructions for people on how to use them or what to do with them or how to clean them or anything. And luckily, there's the internet if people really got an issue. But there really should be something covered in plastic or what's that? So plexiglass forever, you know, and or put in a frame on the damn wall and mount it right to it, like those fire extinguisher things, you know. And the dishwasher, the same thing. You know how much mold and nasty stuff can grow in there, and we've never used them because who's got that many dishes and who needs to waste the water just for that? You know what? How it's not that hard to wash dishes. What's it take? 10 minutes, especially if you use the right detergent and do them before they sit around and get all nasty. Um, but you couldn't put your face over the sink to even draw water, let alone, and so I got time and I went back there and you should have seen. I know at one point I had pictures, but I've had 2 phones since then, so I don't know if I still have the pictures. But there was the nastiest black crap on the inside of the hood of the drain, and it was all the way up, and there was soot too, all the way up the stairway railing because it's a 2-bedroom split, up and down. And the him and I both got really sick, and I had just recovered from being poisoned and drugged by Rick. And that took me down 3 weeks. I was told that it was pure COVID again, but I recovered from it. My cousin gave it to me before you guys even heard of it, because he's had a church camp. He's a church deacon, and he's had this camp that are 3 churches linked but not linked, where they do drugs and experimental drugs. Like they invented Ozempic, and it is not good. They've done black magic on it. They're all getting sick from it. Kim's getting red spots all over her body. Could be AIDS because she's a sex whore, but I was told it's Ozempic. It's poisoning them, and it's making them crazy. And then they've been doing mushrooms and cordyceps because it makes mind control. It controls these kids and makes them docile. That's what they put on me, I guess. I don't know. It's non-addictive, and it's they like mushrooms too, but cordyceps, it's non-addictive, and you don't get it like a drug hangover. You don't know, you just go to sleep and you wake up. But luckily, if you're psychic, you wake up and realize, oh my God, I was raped by 3 other men when he let them into my house and he drugged and poisoned me. And that wasn't my outer body experience. That was God, my ancestors, my angels, especially my ancestors and God. Oh, were they pissed? Oh, were they pissed? I'm a royal bloodline. You tried to kill a royal bloodline of God. Oh, big mistake. And then, it mostly used to be red up here, and I had freckles and still got the temper. I do. I do. And I don't think I have an ego. In fact, I'm trying to figure out what to do about these guys. I'm alive, but they cross so many moral, spiritual lines, and they got the devil in them, so they're not even people anymore. They need exorcisms at least, and I don't know how to do that. And, truthfully, I'm not that divine yet, so I don't really, I don't care. They didn't care what happened to me. In fact, they put cameras in my home and took out a life insurance policy, borrowed money against it, and then put my ass on the cameras all on the internet, all around this community. I don't even know who had a link. And I mean, their coven goes around the world to like Finland and Sweden area. And then I've heard, I know Africa because Jesse or Nona or somebody is related to like Ethiopia or South Africa or somewhere over there. And they got witch doctors, and they have royal. She's not royal, but their family is talented, and she lied to them and got them pissed off, and got God pissed off at them. And she hadn't seen him in years, but she just wanted me dead so bad. And I think it was Kim. They all have sex together. They get these entities, and they Yeah. And there's no love there. It's just an act of pure nasty. Any way that I think a human body can have sex, whether it's violent or I don't even know. I don't even know. Uh, they do it. They all do it with each other, whether it's kid and adult or kid. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't mean, well, yeah, I guess I have heard that there's kid, but I mean, even like, I don't know. Kim and Rick have a son, but also Kim and John have a son, and Kim's had sex with Sean, her son, and and Sean, poor Sean, had a really sweet girlfriend at one time, and was being a kid, and nope, devil didn't like that, and it's because they've got a contract with the devil, and the devil wanted their family, and the devil don't care, what you got. Once you sign that contract, you're done. But you're not. God can help, but you gotta be ready for it. You gotta give up all the goodies, all the if you think they're goodies, I don't know, but all the evil ways, gambling, all the cheating ways. Let's put it that way. Gambling. You get rich quick. Nothing's that quick. You gotta put in the time. You gotta put in the effort. Anything. If you're getting it free, it's costing somebody. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even get near to my note. Let's see. What's this? Kim's brother. Yep, I did that. Um, Stealing my work for months. Oh yeah, and then they've been making money when they were stealing my work on Facebook and Instagram and Pornhub and all that. They were saying they were bringing it back. In fact, on the Facebook one, I heard that they were asking people for money. Oh, I don't know. I never asked anyone for money. It wasn't me. Um, I'm so sorry. They're they're totally evil and they're broke. It's out that I know about my inheritance and they're cut off and the fund's been locked. So they've been hard up. You can't blame them. They're used to not ever working. In fact, my house next door, that my dying sister had to pay rent to Wally's wife Diane last year, and it's our house. But John has been getting that money. Him and Kim been living on that, or they've been splitting with Wally and Diane, or I don't know. But now I know why they haven't fixed a damn thing over the years. But thanks for the mulch last year, guys. Thanks. At least you did that. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I did forget to mention that, but maybe I did in the other video, that Wally chummed up. He told my grandfather that yeah, his wife was too cheap to let him buy a lawnmower, and then he uh, he borrowed my grandfather's lawnmower. So then he paid him back with legal work, and that's when they stole the property and the inheritance and that. And Kim was my grandmother's aide, and she knew about it because my grandmother, we were all moved on, and she was used to having a big family around. Well, not big, but enough. She came from a big family, and then her own family was a little bit littler. But she was just always used to being around people, and then she was a loving person. She was friended with Kim, and Kim probably gave her some song and dance, like, "Oh, my parents talk," "Oh, you're such a sweet lady." Yeah, right. Talk about setting her up. Kim is an original, man. She came up with gaslighting before it was even a word, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Wow, they did have an original idea. But yeah, the devil probably gave it to him anyway. Okay, so I don't know. I got some notes that I got yesterday, and I was supposed to do a video today while I got time. So I'm going to run through them real quick. And it was kind of a download, and I just wrote it as it came. I didn't reread it. That happens sometimes if I'm connected. And I really think I need to live alone just to be able to do it better. Okay, I'm not that, or maybe at least until I get my training down. Because my trainer is the one, my trainer in this lifetime was Kim. Kim has killed me over and over and over again in multiple lifetimes. Yep. Yep. That, lifetimes. Yes, I said it. Uh, and she's always gone for Rick every time, and she always wins. So that's fine. I finally get the message, but I didn't know all this. But I always, I don't know. I always felt something with Rick, and maybe back when I couldn't talk about relationships or my problems that I had in life and what was holding me back to move on. Maybe Rick was a good person. I really think he still is, but I know they lied to him big time. But he hasn't tried to help himself at all. I tried to give him a way out back in December, and he was having too much fun drinking, drugging, traveling the world with the doubles, and thought that I was going to wait for his ass. Well, you know what? No, I haven't ever waited, have I? No, nope. You want something, you gotta let people know, or they're just not gonna have a clue sometimes. You gotta speak up for what you want. I know when I wanted one job, I went back 3 times a week. 3 times a week. If I couldn't get over there, it was at least twice that week. And I got the job. It took me, I think, 2.5 months. I think the security guard got sick seeing my application and said, "Hey, I think she really wants the job." But you just gotta do what it takes. I don't know, get creative, be open-minded. So many people just shoot ideas down because they think it'll be hard, and it's really not. You just gotta have confidence and know what you want. And sometimes that involves being alone. You can't just be around people. They call that codependent. If it helps people, and drugging and that to make you numb, then you're ignoring your problems. You can't do that. You got to deal with it. I mean, and it's not that hard. Ask God for help. I mean, that's what they're there for. But actually, you got to believe they exist in the first place. And nothing's instant. I can tell you that nothing's instant. But that's where faith comes in, and you just keep doing your part, and God will do his part. And yeah, I'm not saying I'm pray every day yet, and I'm working on it. I mean, I say little things here and there, but not formal prayers. Number one, because I don't know many of them. And number two, just because I let things get in the way, and that's not working. I'm trying to get better at that. Especially with all these attacks. Oh, that's one thing I want to do. I'm going to do another video. I gotta do it today. But first I gotta find it. Elon Musk is doing something with it, or is it Elon Musk or is it NASA? But I think it's Umanama or Unamama, or I don't know, some laser from space. What the hell do they need that for? Oh my God! Who are they gonna say? You've seen the movie, or maybe not. I don't even remember what movie it is, where they can zap things out of the sky with just a laser. I mean, that goes for planes, that goes for drones, that goes for helicopters, that goes for bombs. Think about it. We got to do one of them burn and release. That Shavi Zane, she's really great. She's a classy lady. She's got a lot of kids, so please be gentle on her. But she's got some good burn and release advices in her little videos sometimes. And her videos are usually not long. And she'll have something, and like just before the eclipse, she had a really good one about the powers that were. And man, I made a video on Facebook, and I don't know who all helped with that, but things were better for a few days. And I was told to get off of Facebook because they kept stealing my stuff, and I don't know how to build a website, but I'm trying. That's why I'm not around too much. But I'm trying to figure out how to do that. But then how's everybody gonna find me? So I don't know. I figure my boss will tell me to move away from YouTube when it's time. And I do have a project that I really need to get working on. It's kind of a personal new job, side hustle, let's call it. And I really just need, I don't know, I just need more me time. So that's what I'm working on, just to get help with them for it. Plus, I want to take a new class. I've got to stretch my brain. This drama has been too much. But okay, so I don't know how far I am. I can't see it. I took off my glasses. I'm sick of wearing them. I don't really need them, but I wear them mostly just because it's easier than losing them. And I like the ones with the nose clips. I don't know whose bright idea it was to remove the nose clips, but they don't work. Ugh, I've been through so many of them, and your eyeball gets on it, and then it ruins the coating that's on it because you got to keep cleaning it, and then the coating don't get clean because it's ruined. So I don't know. I don't know. But okay, I'm not that enlightened in my 3D to forgive them. They don't seem to want to tell the truth about their lives and deeds. And that's what salvation is, guys. No hiding, no more lies. Nothing to hide. Everybody knows. You can get on with your life, It's 2024. Do you really think you're doing anything new that hasn't been done since days of Babylon? Your mission, well, yeah, digital currency and digital cyberbullying and gang stalking and gaslighting. Well, gaslighting they probably even did back in those days, but I don't know. Just I don't. You know what I mean. Your mission in life was to. Oh yeah, the bad guys, Kim, John, Rick, and maybe even fake me. I don't know. Their mission in life, this life, was supposed to be unconditionally loved, and they've done everything to go in the other direction. And they can't blame anyone but themselves. So I don't know. I'm not that divine. Like I said, I'm not that enlightened in my 3D. And they've been living on my money, traveling around the world, paying people to torture me for 6 months, spending it buying homes, opening up a PPP business, whatever the hell that is. Got other businesses, side hustles. Stealing my notes and projects and selling them to celebrities and different people. That's how celebrities stay famous. That's what some of this Diddy news is, and it's not just Diddy. I think there's one more that kept popping out when this all started that he keeps being let go, and I can't wait for somebody else to confirm that because I haven't gotten any more clarity on it since October, so I'm not saying it. But well, 2 or 3 people have mentioned it, but there's no confirmation on it, so I'm not saying it. Especially this is YouTube, and I don't know for sure, so I'm not saying names if I don't know. But the names I've said, I know. Let me see. Okay. Their mission was to be unconditionally loved. I wish I knew where I got that info because I'd like to rehear where that whole download. I can't record it, and if I don't write it, which most of the time I can't write that fast, and I don't have a recorder around my neck, maybe that's an idea. But uh, uh, yeah, I'd like to know that and make notes again so I could hear what it is. But it's just too time invasive, and people have been screwing with my chakras anyway, so I don't know, or a glitch in the matrix, but it seems to be better today, and I knew Mercury was in a retrograde, which means a lot of things go backwards. I don't know, I just have not been able to focus the last few days, but man, this video is going very good. Oh shit, it just went dark.